There's been 64 changes in the law since April. It might sound like a lot, but it's really very simple. First, they said, don't leave the house unless you must leave the house. But you can leave the house every day for exercise. That's what the Prime Minister advised. Obesity is a risk factor, so listen to him. After all, he's very, very slim. On Thursdays, you must go out to espouse key workers with claps and shouts. All the NHS deserve our supportive cries. Even that bitch of a GP's receptionist who just sits there and rolls her eyes. Fill in the form again. Black ink, not blue pen. And only ring between 8 and 8:10. First they said, oh, the pubs are open. Just don't go in. Instead, stay at home killing yourself on Aldi gin. Then they closed the pubs. Then they opened them anew. But you had to have a substantial meal with your pint or two. Not just a Scotch egg or a pasty on its own. You need to add chips to create a COVID-free zone. Chips kill COVID with the greatest of ease. Because they also kill people with heart disease.
Don't eat out. It's a crime. Actually, eat out all the time. Have breakfast at Wetherspoons for $1.99. Dishy Rishi's our summer Santa Claus. And when food is half price, COVID will pause. On the tube, wear a mask. But on the pub, bare your face. Because we all know that drunk people really respect personal space.
Always wear a mask. Unless you've got an exemption. Some people are too weak to wear flimsy facial protection. But if you can't spend 10 minutes in Tesco with a flimsy mouth sheet, then maybe you're not really fit to be out on the street. First they said, stay with your family. Then they said, let's mix. Bubble up with another family, but make sure they're not dicks. Make sure that the family in your bubble doesn't have another bubble, because that would be a double bubble and then you'd be in trouble. Meet up in no more than groups of 6. Because we know it's that 7th person that makes us sick. Always make sure those 6 people are the same. I forgot to pick Tom Hardy. What a shame. Close the schools. Now open the schools. But kids can't touch each other. Sure, that's an easy rule. There could be 30 kids with a teacher in a class, but if she dies, only 1 to go to her funeral mass. Now the schools are closed again, but they're open online because we all know that kids these days, they just don't get enough screen time. Drive for more than 5 miles, don't you dare. Unless you're a chief advisor in need of new eyewear, or an Imperial College professor who's having an affair, or just a celebrity in Caribbean beachwear. Beauticians are closed because they're not front line. Well, this has wreaked havoc on my bikini line. I'm a redhead and my boyfriend got quite the shock when he saw I had Ed Sheeran there in a leg lock. If you don't live with your partner then, tough luck. The government now controls who you fuck. You can go on a socially distanced rendezvous, but physical contact will be taboo. Unless you find a man with a 6-foot dick, and then you can socially distance while you give him a lick. 64 law changes in less than a year. Why can't the government just make things clear?